Now, I haven't really done product reviews up to this point, but when the chance came to review a controller, especially for my Nintendo Switch, I jumped at the chance. We're talking today about the QRD Stellar T5. I'm just gonna dub it the T5. This is a Joy-Con detachable style controller. It's got some really cool things going for it, and one thing in particular that is so monumental, any Switch owner will be relieved to hear. So stick around to learn what that thing is. Let's start with the obvious. The aesthetic of the controller is sort of unique, harkening back, yes, I said harkening, to the days where translucent things were all the rage, except rather than seeing the inner circuitry, we get this like plate of cool symbols and shapes. It's got some rubberized grips for extra grippiness, and all of the buttons have a satisfying feel to them. I always feel controllers and see if I dig the way the buttons feel, and I'm happy to say I do jive with this controller. The buttons are clicky like a mouse, but the face buttons also have a little bit of mush to them that I appreciate. I often either see super mushy buttons or super clicky buttons, and this is somewhere in between. Best of both worlds in my opinion. The build quality of the controller itself feels good too, though I will say it's a bit on the light side, not necessarily a bad thing, but I tend to want a bit more weight. Now if we turn it on, what you'll really notice is the joysticks have rings around them that light up. They start in red, but by holding down a button and pressing them in, you can cycle between a bunch of different solid colors or a gradual color shift. Since this is a Jiggylookback review, we go yellow, of course. Diving in a bit further, we learn the joysticks are Hall effect, which means they're magnetic, drift resistant, and buttery smooth feeling, and you know I like butter. As far as the features of the controller, you've got all the big check marks. A gyro function for in-game aiming and minor adjustments. I don't play Splatoon, but I imagine it would be great for that. I did mess around in Zelda, and it worked great. And you'd better believe it has a powerful rumble. There's nothing like someone giving you a good smackdown in Smash Bros. And feeling the punishment of your crappy playing in the palm of your hands. I should also add that this controller has a turbo function. It's not something I typically use, but when Banjo-Tooie releases on Nintendo Switch, I'll go right to Canary Mary and she can suck my turbo button. This controller also isn't just for Switch. You can use it on your PC for gaming. You'll have to download some tools from the website, but it's convenient and they'll walk you right through it. Now my preferred way to use this controller is actually on my Switch itself. These feel way better than Joy-Cons. I like the bigger joysticks and face buttons, as well as the most important thing. That's right, this is that thing. Switch owners, when you put your Joy-Cons on your Switch, have you ever noticed a sort of loose wobble? You slide them down and it's almost like they don't quite lock in all the way. I've experienced that with multiple Switches and multiple Joy-Cons. I find it so annoying. The T5 eliminates that, and on top of that is much more comfortable to hold, so you can be in your bed under the covers playing Mario RPG every night like I am. Now do I recommend this? It's quite a bit cheaper than Joy-Cons and in my opinion have every single functionality you'd want while fixing some of the issues. The only thing about this that would probably make someone consider Joy-Cons instead would be the size. This is pretty beefy on your console, but no bigger than a normal controller otherwise. Personally, it's a no-brainer to pick up the T5 if you want to have an absolute solid experience. Jiggy approves. Now that you've watched this video, you should probably go pick up a T5. Oh, and be sure to subscribe to catch my content. I'm sure I'll do some more product reviews in the future. Until next time, have a good one. Jiggylookback!